Let's welcome in here Ross Gerber of Gerber Kawasaki Wealth and Investment Management. Ross, it is good to see you. So, listen, we got this brawl, Ross. It breaks out between Trump and Musk on social media. It gets heated, Ross, and very personal, very quickly. I'm sure you were watching and reading along with the rest of us as the posts were going back and forth. What did you make of it?
Well, thought I was going to have a pleasant day today, but this is a disaster. I mean, of epic proportion. For Tesla and SpaceX, and whether Elon wants to accept it or not, he did help Trump get elected. It is his fault that Trump is president of the United States, and now he's angered this person who's whether Elon likes it or not, he's president of the United States. It makes him one of the most powerful people in the world. So I think Elon, in his ego and sort of weird haze of reality, actually thinks he's more powerful than Trump, and this is now a showdown. And this, as a shareholder, couldn't be worse for Elon and his properties and his investments and the future that he has, because Trump's going to be around, and Elon's pointed, for another 3.5 years. And I don't know why Elon thinks he's going to be around for another 40 years, but he seems to think he's going to live into his 90s, which I think is probably not true.
But Ross, let me ask you, just bring back to the stock today, which got shelled. I mean, it got nailed 14%.
Yeah.
Does that move, does it seem justified to you, Ross, off this?
Well, 100%. In fact, I think we're just getting started for the declines, because a lot of the stock price's value isn't based off the underlying business. It's based off the perception that Elon, being a part of Tesla, is somehow wonderful. And so the stock, was trading at a good $150, $200 premium, what we call the Elon Premium. Now he's close to the president. So it got an even bigger premium, and the perception was that this position was going to be wildly beneficial for example, full self-driving regulations on a federal level. But now the reality is sinking in that that's not going to happen. But even worse, there's going to be a retaliation against Tesla from Trump and Trump supporters that's going to be a lot worse than what Elon realizes, because I think there's a lot more MAGA supporters out there than Elon supporters.
And Ross, maybe one of the issues at the heart of this, or that triggered this, is the EV tax credit, which is, at least as the big beautiful bill exists now, will expire at the end of this year. Now, Elon sort of played it off. He says, I want to get rid of tax credits entirely. I don't need them. As a shareholder, how much does Tesla need those tax credits?
Well, of course, they need the tax credits, and simple economics would say that if the price of your product is cheaper, you will sell more of it, and if it gets more expensive, then you will sell less of it. So, obviously taking away the tax credits hurts Tesla, and it doesn't really matter any way you want to spin it. It just makes the car $7,500 more expensive for people, which then, obviously predicates out to lower demand, which is already low. So this is the death blow to Tesla, taking away the credits, and Elon was responsible for this. So, once again, he can blame Trump all he wants, but Trump wouldn't be doing anything if it weren't for Elon. So Elon is responsible for the death blow for his own company. So if this all goes through the way it does, and it isn't stalled out over time and with people's negative opinion towards Tesla because of Elon, I'm just extremely worried about the company's future.
The stock did enjoy that nice bump. I mean, even now, since early April, it's up about 20%. What did you attribute that bump to? Was that Musk coming back to work full-time at Tesla? Was it folks getting excited about the robo-taxi in Texas? What did you think?
Yeah, I think it's that. I think obviously building a robo-taxi business has a lot of potential, although I don't love the business, and I think it's going to be a lot harder for Tesla than they realize. But there's a perception between robotics, AI, the potential for merging Tesla with XAI, and then robo-taxi, making Tesla into a very interesting looking play on the future. But it doesn't change the fact that it's an EV company that sells EV for almost 100% of its revenue, and the rest of its revenue comes from battery storage and charging, which are related to EV and all related to climate. So this change of Tesla from an EV company to an AI company was predicated on these things working and Elon having a positive relationship with the government. And so I think that whole premise is now being questioned. And if we're really just selling EVs, the numbers are horrible and the stock should be trading under 200.